Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battle War Conflict channel. Please subscribe and like my videos because today's story takes us right into the heart of the Pacific, where the tension between the U.S. Navy and China has reached a critical boiling point. In the past several hours, new developments have unfolded that have set alarm bells ringing across defense circles, intelligence agencies, and strategic command centers around the world. The South China Sea, a region long disputed and fiercely contested, is now witnessing one of the most aggressive responses from China in years. U.S. Navy vessels operating under freedom of navigation missions have suddenly found themselves facing intense Chinese maneuvers, low-flying aircraft, and rapid deployments of naval strike groups. This is not just another military drill, it feels like the prelude to something much larger, and the world is watching with unblinking eyes. As American warships glide silently through the contested waters, their exterior frames cut sharp silhouettes against the dark horizon. Massive destroyers, their steel hulls glistening under the dim light, stand ready, radar masts turning like watchful eyes scanning the skies. The decks are lined with advanced missile launchers, surface-to-air defense systems, and precision radar arrays, all on high alert. Below the surface, submarines move like silent predators, communicating through encrypted channels, prepared for any escalation. The U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet is not only showcasing its strength, but making it clear that it will not back down from its commitment to maintaining open sea lanes. Every inch of steel on those ships represents years of technological advancement and strategic might. From the massive aircraft carriers to the agile littoral combat ships, every vessel is strategically positioned to maximize response capabilities. Inside the command centers, the interior atmosphere is intense, quiet, but electrically charged. Screens flash with live drone feeds, sonar readings, satellite imagery, and communication logs. Men and women in uniform monitor every single movement from the Chinese side. Orders are crisp, calm, and calculated. The scent of machine oil, mixed with the quiet hum of high-tech equipment, sets the tone for what could be a decisive moment in modern military history. Everyone inside understands the weight of the moment. They are not just part of a mission. They are standing at the edge of what could become a new global conflict. The bridge is dimly lit, red tactical lighting bouncing off polished control panels as officers keep their eyes fixed on tracking displays, knowing any miscalculation could trigger an international incident. On the Chinese side, the response has been swift, aggressive, and highly coordinated. Dozens of Chinese naval vessels have surged into the disputed region, accompanied by fast attack aircraft and maritime patrol planes. The Chinese Navy is shadowing U.S. ships at close range, locking targeting radars and sending clear warnings through open frequencies. Chinese state media has already begun broadcasting powerful nationalist messages, vowing to defend what they call their sovereign waters at all costs. Fighter jets scream across the skies at low altitude, passing dangerously close to U.S. vessels, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. It is no longer just about territory. It has become a direct challenge of power, a battle of presence, and a contest of who blinks first. The exterior of Chinese warships paints a fierce image of readiness. Massive destroyers and frigates move in formation, their gun turrets tracking every motion of the American ships. Anti-ship missile systems are visible, their launchers angled toward the open sea, a silent but powerful signal that they are locked and loaded. Overhead, advanced drones buzz through the humid air, transmitting real-time footage back to Chinese command centers deep inland. The sea itself seems to hold its breath, the waves gently hitting steel hulls as two of the most powerful navies in the world face each other with unwavering determination. Inside the U.S. command vessel, officers watch as red dots on their radar multiply. The room is tense but disciplined, Communications officers relay information in quick, precise bursts, strategists analyze Chinese movements, and senior commanders consult with Washington. This isn't just another exercise. This is a strategic game of nerves. In the ready rooms, pilots prepare to scramble, their flight suits zipped up, helmets gleaming under harsh fluorescent lights. Their jets sit on deck, engines primed, like coiled beasts waiting for the signal to roar. Thousands of miles away, the Pentagon is fully engaged. Top generals, intelligence chiefs, and political leaders are receiving minute by minute updates. Secure lines to Pacific Command remain open 24/7. Satellite constellations are being repositioned for better surveillance. Analysts pore over every Chinese maneuver, every radar ping, and every movement of their aircraft. The president has been briefed. Allies have been alerted. This is not just a flashpoint in a distant sea. It's a chessboard on which global security balances. China's aggressive reaction isn't surprising to many analysts. For years, Beijing has invested heavily in modernizing its navy, focusing on missile technology, cyber warfare capabilities, and advanced aircraft. It has built artificial islands, equipped them with runways, missile silos, and radar domes, turning them into floating fortresses. Now, with the U.S. Navy operating just miles away, China sees this as a direct challenge to its strategic dominance in the region. Chinese commanders issue public statements accusing the United States of provocation. State television beams patriotic songs, images of the Chinese flag fluttering in the wind, and footage of naval formations moving like synchronized war machines. In Washington, the language is firm but calculated. Officials emphasize the U.S. commitment to international law and freedom of navigation. They stress that these waters are international and that no nation can claim ownership over them. Naval experts explain that these missions are essential to maintain open sea routes for global trade, emphasizing how billions of dollars of commerce flow through the South China Sea daily. Behind the scenes, diplomatic channels are buzzing, but the military remains ready, knowing that words alone may not be enough to cool the rising heat. The exterior of the aircraft carriers continues to gleam under the sun, while fighter jets take positions on the flight deck. Sailors run drills with mechanical precision, arming aircraft, checking radar, and securing catapult systems. Helicopters buzz overhead, scanning for submarines. The ocean is alive with tension. Below the surface, U.S. submarines glide silently, their sonar systems detecting every movement around them. This undersea ballet is deadly serious. Both sides are aware that even a small misstep could spark a wider war. Inside, the interior spaces feel more confined than ever. Every officer knows their role. Every pilot knows their mission. The control centers operate like synchronized hearts, pumping adrenaline through steel veins. Messages come in from allied forces, Japan, Australia, the Philippines, ready to provide support if necessary. The global balance of power is being tested here, in these waters between these ships. The world's media is closely following every move. Screens in newsrooms from Washington to London, Beijing to Tokyo, flash urgent headlines. Analysts debate possible outcomes. Some warn that this could spiral into the most dangerous confrontation since the Cold War. Others hope cooler heads will prevail, relying on back-channel diplomacy to prevent escalation. Social media platforms are flooded with satellite images, leaked videos, and real-time tracking of warships. It is not just a military standoff, it is also an information war. Meanwhile, Chinese fighter jets make another dangerously close pass over a U.S. destroyer. The roar of engines rattles the deck, sailors instinctively gripping railings. U.S. pilots respond by launching interceptors, locking on to the approaching aircraft without firing. In these moments, the line between routine maneuver and catastrophic escalation is razor thin. Commanders on both sides know that a single miscommunication, one accidental collision, one misread radar ping could ignite a chain reaction with unimaginable consequences. In the Pentagon, advisors warn the president that deterrence and restraint must be perfectly balanced. U.S. allies are calling in, expressing concern. NATO leaders watch carefully, understanding that a conflict here could reshape global alliances. The situation is intense, but both sides know that a full-scale war would bring devastating consequences. Diplomats are pushing for immediate talks, but the navies remain in position, engines idling, radars tracking, guns ready. The South China Sea has long been a fault line in modern geopolitics. It's not just about territory, it's about power, resources, and global trade. Whoever controls these waters holds a key strategic advantage. The U.S. Navy's presence is a statement to the world that it will not allow unilateral control of international waters. China's aggressive response is a declaration that it will defend its claims at any cost. The exterior visuals are stunning and terrifying at the same time. Mighty warships slicing through dark waves, aircraft cutting through heavy skies, and satellite imagery revealing entire strike groups facing each other. Inside, the tension is personal, human, and raw. Every crew member knows their life could change in a split second. This is not a movie. This is real. As the standoff continues, both sides increase their alert level. More ships arrive, more aircraft circle above. The digital battlefield intensifies with cyber defense systems monitoring for possible intrusions. Electronic warfare units remain on standby. The world watches, holding its breath. Hours pass. The night sky drapes over the sea like a dark curtain, but the ships remain lit, their silhouettes standing guard. Flares occasionally light up the horizon as jets perform night drills. Radio chatter remains calm but clipped, precise, controlled. Washington and Beijing exchange diplomatic messages, but neither side shows signs of backing down. The world has seen moments like this before, but rarely with stakes this high. The Indo-Pacific is a central artery of global commerce and security, and whoever commands it commands enormous power. This is why the U.S. Navy is on alert, and this is why China responds aggressively. This is why the entire world is paying attention. Inside the U.S. Command Center, a young officer glances at the screens, aware that history might be unfolding right in front of him. Outside, the cold steel of the ship hums with quiet power, the ocean whispering around it. In Beijing, commanders stare at their own displays, making calculations, weighing risk against ambition. It's a battle of presence, a war of nerves, a test of power. And as this night unfolds, the question isn't just who will make the next move, it's whether the world can avoid the catastrophic consequence of miscalculation. The tension will not fade easily. This is a long game of strategy, patience, and strength. The U.S. Navy remains on alert. China continues its aggressive response, and the world stands on edge, watching history being written on the waters of the South China Sea.